So today I'm going to show you a client acquisition system that you can use that will show you how to track and calculate what numbers to pay attention to in your business so you know what to focus on and what should work. So if you stay tuned and watch to the end, you're not going to be disappointed. Hi, my name is Leif Wallace and welcome to this channel. And on this channel, I share the strategies, tools and motivation to help you take your business to another level. If you're a creative freelancer, a coach or a consultant, you're going to love what I have coming up. Now today, I want to break down to you what you can do to build a client acquisition system. So simply put, a client acquisition system is the way that you go about gaining new customers. This is the way that you're using a variety of marketing techniques to have prospects coming into you and how you manage that process to take them from a prospect and to a lead. What's your sales process looking like as well? The client acquisition system is the thing that you want to focus on very early in your business. Now, so many people, when they're building their business, they focus on so many other things. And on this video, I want to break down to you what are the key things you want to focus on, especially when you're just starting in your business. So today, this video is going to be structured in 4 specific ways. In step number 1, we're going to be looking at your AMO, your AMO. These are the foundational things you need to put in place in your business when you are starting from day 1. In step number 2, I'm going to break down to you the irresistible offer and how you actually go about building an irresistible offer and what key things you want to pay attention to when you build your offer. And in step number 3, I'm going to focus on your traffic strategy and how you go about getting traffic into your business and what you need to pay attention to. And in step number 4, we're going to look at your sales process. And I'm actually going to reveal behind the curtain the client acquisition system that I'm actually using to focus on building my business and what key numbers and metrics I'm paying attention to right now. Now, with so many people focusing on logos and business cards and what brand color scheme they should use, this is not actually the best things to focus on when you're first building out your business. The first thing I want to talk about today is how you build your AMO, the foundational steps in your business, which are your avatar, your messaging, positioning, and your offer. These are the key things that you want to build out fundamentally in your business. The first things first, you want to understand, who am I talking to? Who is the actual ideal customer? What's their pains? What's their problems? What's the number one thing that keeps them up at night? What's the motivations that they will have to buy? What are the key goals that they want to achieve? What's their dreams and aspirations? You see, the more information and insight you have of your ideal customer, the better you will be to create a solution that solves their actual problems. So the first thing you want to do is really go about researching and finding out who my customer is, how I can help them, and also where I can find them. What Facebook groups are they in? What LinkedIn groups are they in? What YouTube channels are they watching? What Instagram pages are they watching as well? Try and connect with your ideal customer as much as you possibly can. Speak to your ideal customer and get as much feedback as you possibly can very quickly when you're starting your business. This is the focus that you want to be focusing on very early on. This will help you refine, number 2, your messaging. Speak to how you're going to help them. First thing you want to understand is you don't want to be a broad person. You don't want to say, okay, I just help new mums. Why don't you say, I just help young mums below the age of 25, let's say, learn how to develop their child's learning in the first 2 years. Or I help men who are overcoming obesity, who are in their middle ages and are struggling to lose weight. In other words, the more specific and defined you are within a niche, a sub niche, I would even say, the more you will be able to earn more and be able to impact more as well. And I always personally like to, when you're starting a business, especially if you're a course-based business, you want to start a course, firstly, you want to do one-on-one coaching, validating. You want to first validate your offer to make sure it makes sense. And this leads me into my second stage, number 2, how you go about creating an irresistible offer. And if you look over here, I actually have a video that you can watch that will show you how you go about creating an irresistible offer that breaks it down step by step. But the key thing you want to fundamentally understand when you are building your offer, it is about the value versus the price. Don't focus on price. Focus on value. How can I make the value of what I'm providing to this person so much better? Now, this is why you want to make sure your avatar is clear, specific, and niched as much as you can, because your offer to a specific person will be able to solve that one problem that's always on their mind. Now that's how you create high impact, and you should be able to generate high income as well, because you're serving a problem, you're solving a problem that is very specific and unique to a defined set of people. You see, the more broad you are, it in the sense, in some way shows that you can't really solve a problem. And the more specific you are is the more targeted you can be in your marketing and in your messaging. And this allows you to position yourself as an authority to those individuals as well. The third stage I want to talk about is what we call your traffic strategy. And in my opinion, this is where I like to focus on what I call the one focus model, where you're focusing on one specific channel, one traffic strategy, one sales process, one focus for a minimum of 12 months. In other words, you want to double down on a platform that works for you. And for me, I've found that YouTube works the best. Why do I say that? Now, yes, I'm on YouTube sharing this video, but to be honest, why I respect YouTube the highest is because it helps you in the long term, not only for the SEO, for the search results, but YouTube actually wants to show your video to your ideal customers, not just today or tomorrow, but it wants to do it all of the time. Now, if you post something on Facebook, you kind of have to keep feeding the Facebook beast. I'm not saying Facebook is bad. You could definitely get clients on Facebook. You can definitely get clients on Instagram, but there are even talks that hashtags may not be as relevant in the new year. So what I'm saying is that with these major changes happening in the platform and no real solid search system for you to be able to find your content with ease against other competitors, the challenge is that on a platform like Instagram, where numbers and the amount of people on a profile really matters, is still going to be the place where people who have bigger profiles tend to get more reach. Doesn't mean that if you have a smaller profile, you can't make an impact. But personally, I prefer YouTube because it doesn't matter how big your channel is, as long as your content's really good, you have good watch time, you have good session time, and definitely research watch time and session time. Those are very key metrics that you have to pay attention to on YouTube. Then the longer you can have somebody on the YouTube platform and the longer they watch other consecutive videos after they first watch your video, YouTube will bump your video up in the algorithm and preference will be given to your video versus other competitors within your niche or with who have similar videos. Now, you want to do your research on YouTube, especially through YouTube's search bar, to understand what content people are actually searching for. Once you understand what people are searching for, you can be able to create content that speaks directly to those problems and create different types of long tail keywords that match the search terms of your ideal customer. Once again, this is why the foundational steps are key. When you put your ammo in place, your avatar, your messaging, and your offer, when you get that ammo in place, this gives you the research you now need to go forward to know what search terms your ideal avatar is searching for. And this is a great way to think of your traffic strategy. Now, the last thing I want to talk about is your sales process. Step number 4, I want to look at your sales process. Now, this is where the client acquisition system really comes to life. And I want to go over to my computer right now, and I want to break down to you how I actually go about looking at my client acquisition system and what metrics I'm paying attention to going forward. So simply put, your client acquisition system refers to the way you gain new customers. Now, customer acquisition management refers to the set of methodologies and systems for managing prospects that are generated through a variety of marketing techniques. So when it comes onto your client acquisition system, one of the key things you want to pay attention to, especially in the beginning, in the early days, is like when you're actually going out, reaching out to people, remember, you don't need a website. You don't need some new fancy marketing software. You don't need any of that stuff. All you really need in the beginning is simply a platform that you're going to focus on. For example, like myself, I focus on YouTube. You can have a Facebook group where you direct people to and have wider conversations to your targeted group of people. And if you want to, you can also add in IG posts and Facebook posts. Me personally, I make my IG posts and Facebook posts the same. Sometimes my Facebook posts might be a little bit longer because IG doesn't have the same number of characters. Facebook posts, you can put more characters in place. But with your IG posts and your Facebook posts, you really want to provide real value in your posts. And the way you got to think about it is with this, what is called the Hilda system by Ken Ozakai. Ken Ozakai basically put together the Hilda system, which is about hook, intro, lead, deliver, and action. You know, your action steps. And this system is a great way to think about how you structure your posts. If you want me to do a video on the Hilda system, just let me know in the comments below. Just type Hilda system and I'll put together a video on that. But the way you want to think about it is like, all right, if you're not running any Facebook ads, so this is just an organic system. I do have a paid version above, but for now, I'm just going to show you the organic system for now. So the way it works is that you'll have the platform that you're running your posts on. And then you're going to think about, okay, how many friend requests are coming inbound as a result of the content I'm putting online. And this is a good thing to track. So every week you want to review this every week. You can even look at this every day if you want. So you might say how many people are coming in per day or how many people are coming in on average per week. And you can begin to see, okay, as a result of the one thing I'm posting on YouTube, or the one post I'm doing daily, I like to look at this daily, to be honest. But if you want, you can also do 3 times a day. You know, it just depends on 3 days a week. 3 times a week, not 3 times a day, sorry. Some people like to do more, but personally I don't think you need to be a slave to social media and be posting, right? So how many people are coming in? How many reach outs are you doing? How many people are you speaking to? Okay. And then of those group messages, in other words, of those people that you get into your Facebook group, how many people are you reaching out to? And the goal is you want to be reaching out to 100% of people that are in your Facebook group. And how many people are replying? Generally, it's roughly about 50%. So you can see here with the maths, I've basically taken how many people I'm reaching out to, how many replies I'm getting, and then you may get like a 50% reach out rate. Now the triage calls are the 9 to 12 or 9 to 15 minute phone calls that you're going to make with someone to just see if they're the right person to book into a strategy call. And then in your strategy call, that's a longer half an hour to 40-minute phone call where you're going to break down to see even more if this is the right fit for you. And of those triage to strategies, of those triages booked to strategy calls taken, what is the rate that you need to pay attention to? And of those taken, how many sales did you make? Now, the key thing you want to look at is if the goal is to make sales, your goal is to look backwards from sales all the way through, pay attention to the numbers and begin to see what could be broken. How could I improve this rate to be 20%? How can I make my triage calls 5 or 6 or 7? Could it be that the way I am replying to people needs improvement? Could my script need to be better? Could it be more improved? And if you don't have a script when you're replying to people, then it just gets really confusing. So you want to make sure you have a script in place so that you systemize these aspects of your business. Of the people you reach out to, who are you reaching out to? Am I actually targeting my ideal client? My ideal client avatar? So you go back to your avatar and make sure you're refining your avatar the more you're speaking to your ideal customer, because your avatar isn't something you create and sit down. Your avatar is something you create and continuously iterate. Your offer is something you create and continuously iterate. So the goal is to start from the outputs, start what's coming out, which is sales, look backwards and begin to see what's happening, and then you can begin to play around with the numbers. So some weeks I might say, if I put 2 videos out, does this change? Does this number change? If I put 2 videos out, do my Facebook group numbers increase? If I put 2 videos out, do the amount of people reaching out to coming in to become my friends that are targeted, does that increase? The amount of messenger conversations that I'm having, in my replies, my messenger conversations, how many messenger conversations am I having? Right? And you want to basically get super clear and get clarity as to what metrics you're focusing on. I call this the OCAS, your organic client acquisition system. And the key thing here is to make sure that the metrics you're focusing on are in line with the goals that you want to achieve. So many people are focusing on branding, changing graphics and logos and all this stuff. But if you were to ask them, like, what actually is your client acquisition system, they would have absolutely no idea. So this is a simple spreadsheet that you can go and rebuild yourself. And the goal here is to really pay attention to the numbers that matter. And the more you focus on the numbers that matter, is the better you'll better able you will be to grow your business. All right. So I hope this really helps, because this is a fantastic way for you to know what's working for you. All right. So as you've seen in the client acquisition system, it's a simple way to break down the numbers that make sense for you in your business. And it allows you to focus on the exact things that work versus doing all of this activity that may actually not amount to real sales. And that's where I want you to step away from. Now, all of this is going to include 3 things: commitment, discipline, and consistency. And the more you get committed to focusing on what works and disciplined to be consistent in what actually works, is the better results you'll see in your business. So my question to you is, what metrics are you focusing on in your business right now to improve? What metrics are you focusing on in your business right now to improve? Is it the number of people you're reaching out to? Is it the cost per acquisition of your customer? Is it lifetime value of your customer? Just let me know in the comments below, what numbers are you paying attention? What metrics are you paying attention to right now in your business? And if you need any advice, just let me know in the comments below. And for those of you who want to take it that step further and really create a roadmap and a strategy to help you build out your business, then if you look in the description box below, you'll see I've got a link that you can go and book a phone call with me. This is a simple 15-minute call where we look to see how we can work going forward. This will be a great way for me to help you create a roadmap and a game plan to help you to hit your goals much faster, especially as we move into a new season going forward. So guys, there's just 3 things I want you to do right now. Number 1, I want you to hit that like button and subscribe so that you can get all notifications that come from me. Also, remember to click that notification bell so that you will always be informed of what's coming from me going forward. And the third thing I'd love to do is invite you into my free Facebook group. If you look in the description box below, you'll see my free Client Magnet Facebook group. If you join the Facebook group, I provide even more value in there, and I'd love to have you join my group. So I want to thank you so much for watching this video today. Please look after yourselves and your families and take care. Bye bye.